Everyone, Lukas from lucasgisbertphotography.com, and in this video I really wanted to address a question which I keep getting. So ever since I've switched from Nikon to Fuji, I keep getting the same question over and over. And I think now that I've been over 2 years with the Fuji system, I've actually changed from the X-T1 to the X-T2. I've been through lots of different lenses which I've sold and kind of buy new one, and I now really have the kit which I believe is the optimum kit. But this will be another review where I actually show you all the kit I use for wedding photography. Now those questions are you still happy with the Fuji system? Do you have any regret? Are you looking to go back to Nikon? You know, and people must understand that I've been with Nikon since 1999, so since the film age. There was no digital at that time, and I was already with Nikon. I absolutely love Nikon. I think they are amazing, especially up to the D3S. Everything that comes out after that has been, I would say, technologically better. It has improved the ISO, it improved the speed, the processor. Everything has been improved, but in my opinion, the D3S was the summum of the Nikon range. I've tested a few models after. I've seen the D750, I've seen the D4, and for me, the D3S had that little spark that Nikon used to make me smile about. I moved on to the D800, and ever since, I had doubt. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to carry on with Nikon, and I started to look at Canon. Which was very nice, but when you have so much invested into a system, you have to be 100% sure. And going from Nikon to Canon, I just didn't really see a difference. I didn't see what could Canon bring me that Nikon didn't already bring me. You know, every camera has its pros and cons, that's for sure. Nikon, for me, from the D800, started to not give me the colors and texture I was looking for, you know. Despite increasing on the megapixel, this was not what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for 50 megapixel camera. I wasn't looking for, you know, ISO 2 million, you know. I was looking for something to work with. And I think for many years, I've actually been looking at the next camera, at the next lenses. And ever since I've been with Fuji, I kind of changed mentality. What I mean by that is that I've stopped worrying about gear, and I've started to worry more about my photography. I got to a point where my approach to photography is to try to forget about photography and think about what I'm shooting. Or forget about the camera I'm using, forget about the lens, the lighting, and really focus on the scene I'm trying to shoot. So I see one scene in front of me and I'm thinking, okay, I need these tools to make it happen, but I have my eyes focused on there and not on there. And I think for many years, over 10 years, I have been focused so much on the equipment I was using. And I'm not saying that this has been a bad thing, because I've done, I believe, some good work before I moved to Fuji. That was not the issue. But I think since I'm with Fuji, because you have so little options, you know, Fuji lenses, I mean, you've got maybe 10 out there which you can choose from. So the bodies where you have the X-T2 today, and that is pretty much it. Anything else is below. So you don't have a 6,000 camera, you don't have, you know, you really have little choices. And in my opinion, having small choices like this is somehow better for my photography. I can focus more on the shoot I want to do. I can focus more on the lighting, which is really what's going to bring your work higher, and not the camera or the lenses you're using. I mean, I've watched a video very recently on Petapixel. Today is the 4th of October, so I think it was published on the 3rd of October. So go and have a look. I can't remember the name of the guy, but the guy was showing the difference between shooting with a full frame sensor and against an APS-C sensor using the Sony S7R or S7S, I don't know, and the Sony 6500. And people were saying, you know, we can't really see the difference. Yes, maybe a bit in the background, but nobody looks at this. Your clients don't look at those things, you know, but they're going to look at the image. And that's the way I'm trying to approach photography. And so To answer your questions about my change from Nikon to Sony, no, I have absolutely no regret. I'm extremely happy with Fuji. Yes, it is not a perfect system. It's got this stupid joystick at the back, which is really annoying. The ISO is not great. Yes, there are a few lacks on this system, but it's a new system. Fuji is improving camera after camera, like anyone did, like Nikon and Canon. They've not all come out with amazing models, and that's the way you have to think about it. But the truth is that having a Fuji system today make me forget about my system, make me think more about what I'm shooting. And that is really why I fell in love with Fuji, because I can still create everything I could create with Nikon before. Anything I can do with Nikon, I can do it with Fuji. The result is going to be the same. In my opinion, the colors of the Fuji system are better than today in Nikon system. It's not as fast, but I couldn't give a damn about the speed of the camera because I'm shooting portrait, I'm shooting wedding. I'm not shooting sports. If you are a sport shooter, you're definitely not going to look at this video because I'm a wedding and portrait photographer. That's all I do. 99% of my work is portraits, wedding, and commercial. So these things that don't require speed. So despite the camera shooting at 14 frames per second in electronic shutter, you know, the speed I have it on this camera if I want to, but I don't need to. And what I'm really trying to say is try to focus on the thing you're shooting and not so much on the camera. And it took me over 10 years to have this approach and this mentality. And I am so happy I've hardly changed my kit in the past 2 years, and I will make another video, maybe the next or the one after, where I will show you all my kit, why I'm using it, when I'm using it, and maybe this will make you understand why I have this approach now. But I don't spend all my time on the Rumors website and New Gear website anymore. I just don't. No at all. I'm more scouting location, trying to think of new scenes, and really having this approach, which in my opinion makes me a better photographer. So I hope this answers your questions. If you are using one system and you're thinking about getting another system, just give it a try, rent it if you can. I know the Fuji system is not for everyone. I know some people are keen to have big equipment. In my opinion, what I want is forget about my equipment, and this helps me do it. So this is the way I work. I hope you answer your questions, and if you have any more questions, post them down below, and I'll try to address it maybe when I cover my full kit, Nikon Fuji full kit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. See ya.